Welcome back, pod people, to a brand new episode of Cinema D'Amore. I'm your host, Justin Morgan, and I'm here with
Chuck.
And we're talking about The Cable Guy and connecting it to Unforgiven, because that's what we do now. I kind of had a whoopsie with this one. The way that I thought it connected didn't work out at all. I was misled, and but it did work out in the end. I found a clear connection in the middle of the movie. So, do you want to take a shot in the dark as to what the connection is?
I did struggle to try to find a connection for this one.
So the connection that I am forced to go with is the fact that fucking Clint Eastwood is in the movie in one of the clips that Matthew Broderick is watching. But
I probably missed it because I wasn't even paying that close attention to that.
It was like, I was like, what the fuck? So here's where I went wrong. What I was trying to do was connect characters named Little Bill. This is why you don't trust AI, kids. I was like, what's a movie with the character named Little Bill? It was like, in The Cable Guy, Jack Black plays a character named Little Bill. And I was like, okay, perfect. And then his name was like Rick. And I was like, his name is not Little Bill. And I thought, hey, maybe there's somebody else named Little Bill in this. There wasn't. So I was like, is there a character named Little Bill in The Cable Guy? And AI was like, I think that you are confusing that with Unforgiven. Like, God damn it, you son of a bitch. Played me. But no, there was a shot, I think, from Bridges of Madison County where it was Clint Eastwood. I was like, there. Found my connection. Straight up Clint Eastwood. I mean, Clint Eastwood probably doesn't know that he's in the movie, but that's going to have to work. I think what we're discovering is you can almost connect every movie somehow. I just wish Little Bill was the goal, and I failed. I haven't watched this movie for a while. I still don't know exactly how I feel about it. I don't think it really works as a comedy. I forgot Ben Stiller directed it, or never realized that Ben Stiller directed it. And it's wild coming off of Severance, where he's basically the showrunner for many episodes of that. I'm like, that's so fucking good. And you rewind all the way back to 1996, you're watching The Cable Guy, and it's like, what in the fuck is going on in his head? Like, how did he continue to make more movies? And then, like, the cast in this is crazy too. Like, almost every small part is somebody big now. I don't know necessarily how they were. I mean, or some were pretty big then too, I guess. But yeah, we have Luke Wilson, Jack Black, David Cross.
Luke Wilson, you mean Owen?
Owen Wilson. I don't think Luke Wilson was.
Unless Wilson, I missed him somewhere there.
Leslie Mann. I saw that Judd Apatow was a producer on it. Interesting, I did see the writer, I forget his name, like Lou Holtz Jr. or something. He's only written The Cable Guy. And I kind of feel
like... It was just too perfect. He couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that it was such a perfect movie that there was nothing he could do from there. But I'm starting to think, like, is it a pseudonym? Or, like, did like, Ben Stiller write this and then try to take his name off of it? Because the guy on IMDb has like a picture of a dude that's like looks like it's from the 1940s. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, there's no way a 90-year-old man wrote this script. But maybe he was one of the extras dancing in Matthew Broderick's apartment with all those stolen goods. People have always joked about this being the movie that almost ended Jim Carrey's career. I see a lot of his characterisms from other stuff that he does in this movie, but I'd almost say that like 90% of the time nothing works, but it stays in the movie. I don't know.
He has his I do love his speech impediment, and I like how Matthew Broderick like won't stop bringing it up, and he clearly doesn't want to talk about it. Like, he's like, my brother's a speech therapist, and he just goes, yeah, and it's just like, oh, I'm just saying. And then he's like, I got this gift for you. And it's like, how to lose your lisp. And he's like, what is this for? It's like, I think with that speech impediment you have there.
Is it Bob Odenkirk? Is that his brother?
Yeah, that's right. He's
or like
a
brother-in-law or something. I get kind of confused with the extended family. Yeah. I think the only one is the guy that is his boss with the hair plugs. Is that anybody famous? Like, he's the one guy I don't feel like I recognized.
I feel like I recognize him, but like I couldn't name him. He was probably like someone that like in the 90s it was like, oh yeah, that guy, like everyone knows, but
we
don't remember him now. He's been forgotten.
I forgot that Leslie Mann was the love interest in this. I did remember Jack Black was in it because I just remember that scene of him running up his back while
Yeah.
they played basketball.
I never dunked before, Rick. Thanks.
Yeah, and going off of the old TV names, he never gives his name, and they're like, Chip Douglas. That's so familiar. Why is that name familiar?
Everyone in this movie is constantly referencing movies and TV shows from cable. Like, yeah, right off the bat, Matthew Broderick's like, I feel like Felix Unger here. So he's referencing The Odd Couple. Like, everyone's constantly referencing different movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I saw that on Jerry Springer. Yeah.
I mean, hey, this is like the first movie where they talk about the future of TV and the internet, like before anyone really thought about those type of things. Like when he talks about you'll be playing Mortal Kombat with your friend in Vietnam.
And yeah, he's right about that. That happened.
Yeah, or you'll have channels for everything. You can watch mud wrestling on this channel, and you can watch the news on this channel.
Was it Eric Roberts? He had a good cameo as himself.
Yeah. No, not as himself. He's technically in the film he's cameoing as himself
Yeah.
while playing, which I guess that's like another thing that's like very, very relevant to today, like making the true crime movies like while the trial's currently going on.
Ben Stiller's characters, like the Mendez brothers and
Yeah.
OJ, like it's all that stuff tied together. I don't know. I kind of like where they're like, there's a line, I want to say Jim Carrey says it, but it's like, I hope this guy fries. And it's like, Ben Stiller is there behind, like, so it had to be fucking funny just to be like, hate this asshole. He needs to go. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. When did Truman Show come out? After this, right?
I think that was after this. I'm pretty sure.
And I feel like it's like kind
They're
of
very
touched on that
similar.
idea of that's tied to the idea that like everybody's obsessed with television, the lives of other people and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like that you're, I don't hate this movie, but it's everything just comes off, I think, weird. Like he gets close to something really interesting with his performance, but I don't know. He's never someone. I don't know. I feel like you should maybe feel sorry for Jim Carrey's character, but he comes off as like just incredibly unlikable for the entire movie, and like.
Yeah.
Like it feels like his character, the movie should be darker for how like dark and disturbing his character is, like the way he invades Matthew Broderick's entire life. But it's always just played for laughs. When he's recording him in his home, he can like easily shut off his things. They have very much like it feels a lot like Fight Club, where he gets when Matthew Broderick gets like sucked into like the cops arresting him, and it's the same cops that you saw in his apartment when they were having the karaoke party, and it's like the same lawyers and stuff. It's like everyone's like railroading him to go to jail, and there's nothing he can do about it because it's just all of their word against his.
Yeah, they set him up with the prostitute and like clearly take a picture for blackmail. Like there's no other reason he would snap that photo.
Yeah.
It's tied heavily into this movie, but when I was a kid, I had the Cable Guy CD. I think it was because of my stepmom that was in the CD distributing company, and they got like freebies.
Thought you said you were really into Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah, I think the whole CD is every song that you hear in that movie, but then it includes the cover that Jim Carrey sings. I mean, it's literally just ripped right from the movie because all the weird lines and shit that he's saying that's not a part of the fucking song. But I remember listening to that maybe too much as a kid, and it probably damaged me deeply. It takes me back. It's just like all that fringe hanging from his jacket. I don't know what they were doing, or if they were trying to channel things from Dumb and Dumber or what. Because it's like almost everything in this movie just doesn't work. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a terrible movie. It's probably just very mediocre, very in the middle. It doesn't necessarily work as a comedy. I think that it should have maybe went more serious and made him more like terrifying.
He wasn't ready for those type of dramatic roles yet.
I mean, he almost cuts Matthew Broderick's chest open while they're at medieval times. I mean, it did make me want to go to medieval times, so I guess
that I will say, when I saw this movie as a kid, That was my only thought was, where do you go to get to this place? Like, why aren't there any around me? And it's like, well, yeah, I think like the nearest ones in Ohio or maybe in West Virginia, they might have one. Like that was the first thing I thought when I watched that was, that's a real restaurant. I I want to go there.
I did go to one. I don't remember where. It was like a beach vacation, I think. So Virginia Beach or North Carolina or some
Yeah,
shit like that. And I just remember my dad complaining about how expensive it was. I don't know how expensive it was. The only thing that disappointed me as a kid was you ate all your food and then everything started. I'm like, I want to be eating my chicken with my hand, while they're fighting. I mean, Jim Carrey says it's not normal that they let other people perform, but
they're preferred customers.
yeah, they are preferred customers. Andy Dick said it was okay.
Yeah. I do love too. Yeah, the line always gets me like, can I have some can I have like a fork and a knife? Ye old times did not have forks and knives, sir. Oh, but they had Pepsi.
The fucking movie it just tries and tries and tries and tries.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, there are some good bits in there. Like the medieval times thing just moves so fucking fast where it's like the duel and then he's got that little, I don't know what it's called, the spiky thing. And
The
then
mace.
they're jousting.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that Jim Carrey does in this probably made everybody laugh there, but just like did not translate well on camera. I mean, I don't really know what else to else be. Also, I feel like this is like one of the last things we see Matthew Broderick in. I mean, he does things every once in a while, but he really faded out after the Cable Guy.
What are you talking about? He did Godzilla.
Oh shit, yeah, that was right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's waiting for the Cable Guy, and then I like that he goes to take a shower. I feel like it's very Ferris Bueller-esque. It's like,
Yeah.
is it in his contract that he has to be showering in every movie that he's in? And I do like the Cable Guy showing up while he's in the shower, and he decided to take. Why did he decide to take a shower? And I like how he inconvenienced the Cable Guy instead of the Cable Guy inconveniencing him. Like everything on paper should be really funny, and like nothing worked. The scene where he's like having the nightmare and Jim Carrey's like outside of his door with like demon eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like we just let Jim Carrey fuck around for like it's almost like a 5-minute scene of
I
Jim
feel like they
Carrey just
100% he probably had those green contact lenses from when he played the Riddler and was like, "Hey man, I could use these. It'd make me look crazy."
yeah, because that was 95. You're right. He probably was doing them back to back.
Yeah, I think this would have been the next thing after that.
That's another one I need to revisit. I haven't watched Batman Forever in a long time.
In Forever.
In Forever. Yeah, I fucked that up. That's how I should have said it. I haven't seen Batman Forever in forever. But yeah, I mean, even like some of the mannerisms I saw him doing in this is like the shit that I dug from, the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. I even thought the third one was good. I like that he shifted into the dramatic, and now he's like very enlightened. Like, we're all gonna die. He's a very positive person now.
Oh, yeah, he'll keep coming back for those Sonic movies as long as the scripts are good.
Yeah, as long as they're perfect. He's like, I needed the money. There's like a weird scene with him and himself where he's doing it's like a dance off or something with his grandfather.
Old version of himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like grandpa.
I'm not coming back unless the script's perfect. Just showing that scene. That like ridiculous scene. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I was still recording there for a second. I hit something, I'm like, fuck. Watch me fuck it up.
There's so much potential here. I feel like that is just what it is. This movie should just be. They should have just done this as a straight up horror movie. I guess there's the other movie that I can think of that has like a similar setup as this, and also has a comedian in the main role. Is that Robin Williams movie, 1 Hour Photo? I know that came out later, but like that's another movie with a guy that becomes like obsessed with somebody else's life, but it at least did try to do it like way more darker in that movie.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. When you put it that way, if that's the tone they went for, this might have worked a little bit better.
Because even the ending
like,
is like
1 hour.
is like a slasher kind of ending, the way it has, he's with that guy in the helicopter, and it ends on the, yeah, you're gonna be all right, buddy. You really mean you're my buddy? Yeah, I
Yeah, sure,
guess.
buddy.
And he's like he has that look on his face, like, oh, he's gonna like try to like get into this guy's life now, like he's just gonna keep doing it forever.
Right, I found my next victim.
Yeah.
He survived his death, fell onto the giant, pointy, like extremely sharp for some reason center of the satellite dish that everybody was trying to watch the trial. And then it does like the fake out thing where it's like just fell next to it. The villain lives for one more time. Lives one more time.
The one like big comedic moment that I do think works again is like his lisp thing, and when Matthew Broderick punches him, and he's like, "Oh my god, my lisp is gone," and then he punches him again, and he's like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah.
The lisp immediately comes back. That's like one that one always makes me laugh every time he does that moment.
Yeah, I was trying to look up. I was like, what is he autistic? And it was like, no, he would just be neurodivergent person because it's basically through abuse and only watching television as to why he is the way that he is. So like they're like he's probably not actually autistic. He's just fucked up from his family and
Yeah, from
nonstop cable.
from being left alone and just watching TV by himself all day.
That's worked out for some people. Yeah, it's such a weird message. I would love to know why Ben Stiller picked it up because even he's done other comedies and stuff like I don't Tropic Thunder, and I'm trying to think of the ones that he directs. He directed a ton of things and not always comedies.
Walter Mitty, that's one that he directed. Yeah, that's not like flat out a comedy.
Yeah, it's I've still never seen that. I know it's a remake and I never saw the original one either. Maybe he didn't have it then, but I feel like he does have a very good eye for like his shots. The one shot that I really like in this is when he's in the bathroom with Owen Wilson, and Owen Wilson goes into the stall that's like a complete door, like it's its own little room.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you could get underneath the fucking door.
And he's
And when
just
he shuts the
immediately
door,
behind him. Yeah, like
yeah, he just
it's such like a
pops up.
cartoonish. Yeah, like it's like a Warner Brothers comedy moment of like how on earth could he have gotten inside of that door?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moments like when you bring it up like that, like a Looney Tune thing. It happens a lot. Like when he shows up to Leslie Mann's apartment to hook up the cable that Steven bought for her. And he's like in a massive fucking
He's in the ventilation system. Yeah.
Yeah, like it like first of all, you wouldn't run a cable through it. Second of all, it's like the comically large man size can hold your weight. She's like changing for some reason. Like there's just so much going on that I don't know. I just feel like maybe they were just making up scenes because I feel like Jim Carrey had to be improving a lot of the moments.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right off the bat when he comes into Matthew Broderick's apartment and then he's like filling the wall like he's looking for the G spot or something. And it's wildly unfunny. Like I don't know. I mean, I guess I appreciate it. It's still not as bad as I think that everybody says. I'm glad that he could bounce back.
Yeah.
He's probably made way better movies since then. Like we said, Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
His serious ones like that and fucking goofy ass ones. We love Dumb and Dumber. A lot of this feels like some of it feels like it's trying to rip off Dumb and Dumber, but I don't know if could be or if it's Jim Carrey just like riffing and it just happens to appear to be the same way.
I feel like sometimes it's just that. It's just, yeah. His characters
When he's in the cable van.
Yeah,
when he's in the cable van and he's like get in and making jokes about drinking and stuff. I'm like, he seems like Lloyd Christmas. Like I mean, I know he's the same actor, obviously, but he seems like he's riffing directly off that character, like in that moment. I don't know. Or they should have went with maybe more deep cuts for the references to the TV shows that he was ripping off. I don't think they maybe did it in like a great way to be like, he's not who he says he is. I probably caught on to more of that stuff too when I was a kid because when we were children, late night television was like reruns of Bewitched and I Love Lucy and that shit. So I don't know if I caught the Bewitched one. I probably didn't remember what the fuck Darren's boss was called. Ricky Ricardo was probably the most blatant one. And if you didn't catch it, they play the fucking theme song. And if you don't catch that, then I guess you just you don't know what I Love Lucy is. Yeah, I was also looking for something that was wildly different from Unforgiven. When was the last time you saw The Cable Guy?
I mean, years.
Yeah, long time. I felt like it's widely critically panned. When I looked it up, when I was like, who the fuck is Little Bill in this? To find out there's no Little Bill. I had IMDb open, and its like score was like a 6.1. And I was like, that's actually a lot higher than I thought that the score for this movie was going to be.
Like kind of more, I mean, pretty much in the middle.
Yeah, it's a pretty middle ground, mediocre movie. I honestly, I would say a lot of Jim Carrey's performance in this movie is just, it just doesn't work. A lot of it's just, I mean, he's an over the top person, but like the timing or something just feels completely off. And I don't think that it happens too often where feels like a dud. I mean, usually he's probably the funniest part of everything that he's in.
Yeah.
Unless it's serious. Yeah, and if you want to see it, it's on Max. That's how I watched it. I don't own the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
If I did own the Cable Guy, I probably had it on like VHS back in the day.
I'm pretty sure I do have it on DVD, but when I saw it was streaming on there, I just didn't even bother to
in
to
4K
look for it.
probably.
I mean, yeah, it didn't
In
look
high
didn't look bad.
definition. First of all, whatever his name is, Chip Douglas, the Cable Guy, he would have wanted you to watch it on Max.
Yeah, the internet or the information superhighway.
Exactly. Over, through space and time.
I'm glad too. I love that his speech is like it's word for word identical when he gives it to Leslie Mann and Matthew Broderick. Like it's not even like kind of similar. So he has rehearsed this and told this hundreds of times to people that he tries to be friends with. Like he's brought them up there and given them the exact same speech over and over because he's got it down perfectly.
Yeah, I feel like there's more than one thing that he repeats too. Like I feel like he does it a couple times where he's saying the exact same thing over and over again.
Yeah, because everything's just like rehearsed.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Chuck Palahniuk watched this movie and it's like, I think there's something here. And then he wrote Fight Club. I feel like
based on the Cable Guy.
It's something about it. I don't know. Like, I mean, at the time, we have his Ace Ventura movies, The Mask.
Yeah.
I feel like Dumb and Dumber. I feel like it was pretty easy to forget this movie. It did not what was it gonna ruin?
Yeah. And then his next movie was like Liar Liar, Truman Show,
Batman Forever, like you said.
Yeah.
And then gets into like Me, Myself, and Irene. That's probably like 2000 or something.
Yeah. And then he did Man on the Moon, which that's more serious. I think that's a good movie.
Yeah, I think that's a good
one. I mean, he's
one
playing a
too.
comedian, so he gets to still do the comedy, but he's being serious at playing a comedian.
If you want to call it comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like Kaufman's like the ultimate troll.
Yeah.
He does things to make himself that he gets a kick out of. He's not necessarily trying to.
He doesn't care if anybody else finds it funny.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right. If we think about the trajectory of him, Man on the Moon's kind of get that like very serious. We can see that he can actually pull off mimicking somebody like almost very well. Yeah. I guess he kind of does it all the time because even when he's doing The Mask, he's just doing a bunch of impersonations. It's like constant impersonations. Yeah, what the fuck am I talking about? I take it back. I take it all back, Chuck. I was going to say, like, he did The Majestic and then started getting serious from there. That's a good movie, too.
Yeah.
There you have it. I think a decent discussion. And like I said, it's easy to find. And I'm interested to see where you go from here. I mean, I guess there's a lot. There's such a huge cast and so many people involved in this.
Connected to it. I mean, I guess I can't pick a Lou Holtz Jr. movie if there's only the one.
You're out of luck there. Are you looking right now? You're like, which fucking movie?
Come on, what kind of movies did he do? Yeah.
There's gotta be somebody. I believe in you.
Yeah.
We'll see how fast you do it. It'll be like tonight. You'll be like, this is my movie. It'll be something wild.
It'll be the movie Something Wild.
Which one? There's two of them at least. Are you thinking that, or are you done? Because it really sounded when I'm like, there's at least two of them. It sounded like you were like, and really contemplating. yeah, I'm interested to see what that is. But I think we're good here, and we'll see everybody again. And well, we won't see you. So just be listening to us again in 2 weeks with whatever Chuck picks. See you then.
Yep.
Good night.
We are Cinema d'Amore. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with news and information on upcoming episodes. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, Alexa, or iHeartRadio. It would be greatly appreciated if you subscribe to our podcast on your platform of choice. We also appreciate feedback, so rate us, review us, and let us know what you think. And above all else, thank you for listening.